Welcome back to News Glitch. I'm Matthew, and this is a show where real headlines prove the system is running, but nobody's actually in control. Today, we've got people trusting technology a little too much, decisions that made everything worse immediately, and situations that only exist because someone said, yeah, this should work. This is episode 7. Let's get straight into it with article number 1. So, for headline 1, it goes like this: a driver followed their GPS and ended up driving into a place that was clearly not a road. And the best of all, they didn't even stop. The driver trusted the GPS directions completely, even when the path stopped making sense, and ended up stuck in a location where a car should never be. There has to be a point where you stop trusting the robot. You cannot blindly follow instructions into danger. At some point, your eyes have to override the app. You have eyes for a reason, use them. GPS will confidently tell you anything. Turn left, continue straight, and ignore reality. It never hesitates, because if it hesitates, you're going to think it's wrong. So no matter what, it'll tell you something, and sometimes it's wrong, as we can tell. This person saw the environment getting worse and chose to trust the screen. That's not navigation, that's obedience. This guy was just going to trust it no matter what. It said drive off the cliff, you're driving off the cliff. And the article reports it like it's normal. Driver follows GPS. They don't make it seem like, it's crazy that he followed the GPS after everything that was going on and what happened. There was no explanation in the title that would make you think the article is going to go this way. There was no reasoning on what his decision was and why he chose to follow the GPS. There were just consequences, which you found out later on in the article. So to end off, if your GPS tells you something insane, you are allowed to disagree, and you probably should disagree for your own safety. Alright, that's it for article number 1. Let's get straight into it with article number 2. For article number 2, we have a company released a new update and it immediately made everything worse. That's impressive, because if you're releasing an update, you would think it's an upgrade. But no, it was a downgrade. For quick context, the update was supposed to improve performance and fix problems, but instead it created new issues and made the service harder to use. That's exactly what an update should do. Great job, guys. You had one job: to improve things. The entire purpose of an update is to upgrade, make the quality of the app better, make it easier to use, introduce something new in the app, but instead you made stuff worse. You cannot release a downgrade and call it progress. That's not an update, that's the opposite. Everyone knows this feeling. You update the app, you open it, and now nothing works the way it used to. They didn't fix the problem, they just relocated it. This means someone tested it and still approved it though, because no update goes out without approval. That's the scariest part. Someone approved it. It wasn't an accident, it was a decision that someone made. There was no apology for this. They left it like that apparently for 2 months is what the article says. So, just to reiterate, if you are the one changing the apps and in charge of the updates, make it an upgrade, not a downgrade. If your update makes things worse, it wasn't ready to be released, and that's okay. So that's it for article number 2, and we'll get right into it with article number 3. Article 3 goes like this: a town spent money, to fix a problem, that didn't exist. So, based off this, I assume they solved absolutely nothing. The town invested time and money into creating a solution only for residents to question why it was needed in the first place. You cannot fix something that wasn't broken. What are you fixing? That's not improvement, that's an invention, that's adding something, that's not fixing a problem if there was no problem. Someone say nothing wrong and said, let's intervene. That level of confidence is dangerous. This means multiple people approve this. Meetings happened, budgets were approved, plans were executed. All for what? That's right, nothing. And the article reports it, of course, like it's normal. Town implements a great solution. It's not a solution. You can't use the word solution if there's no problem in the first place. There was no urgency, no necessity, just activity, and the town bored and probably had leftover money. So if you have to invent the problem, You shouldn't solve it. That's it for article number 3. Let's get straight into it with article number 4. So for article 4, we have this. A man tried to log into his own account and got locked out by himself. He entered the wrong password too many times and the system locked him out for security reasons, even though he was the actual owner. This happens all the time. The system decided he was suspicious to himself. You can exist and still fail verification. This is modern life. This happens every single day. People forget their passwords. They try again. They're asked a two-factor authentication question and they can't get it right because they don't remember what they put in. And suddenly, you're no longer trusted for something that you actually have. The system was designed to protect him from him. That's not security, that's betrayal. What makes it worse is he got online with an actual human and they told him he's not the owner of the account. So at a certain point, how does he get his login back? How is he able to prove that it's him? Like, there's a problem on both sides. He should be able to prove that this guy is this guy, and the company's got to be able to know who's who. If there's a human on the line, they should be able to tell. This isn't just a user locked out. This is a whole malfunction, and I don't even know how this happens. There's no sympathy, no urgency, just instructions to keep logging in, but the guy doesn't know his password, so it's just never ending. If you can't access your own account, I guess you don't really own it. Maybe this guy didn't own it. That's just what it is what it is. Like, you got to remember something. If you can't prove to a human that you are you, I don't even know, man. And that's it for article number 4. That's it for episode 7 of News Glitch. Real headlines, real systems, and somehow they all failed. Exactly when they were needed. If you enjoyed this episode, follow the show and check out the clips. New episodes coming soon every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Matthew, and I'll see you next time, assuming the system lets me log in.